Podcast. We've got some guests here that are new this week on the podcast. We got rid of Liong. We sent him to California because he's got New York City values, but he's out in Cali doing something. I have no idea. He left Blade West and went west. But there we have Jody Besser. You can tell with that big pink blob on his shirt. What is that?
It says "Be Up."
Oh, okay. And he's BigRedEDC. And then right below me is Frank Rose, or is it flipped? I can't remember.
It's down below.
It is.
Looks like
Okay.
I'm down. Yep.
Okay.
You're up top. I guess I'm down below.
Okay. Frank Rose. And so Frank and Doug are both, viewers on my channel. But, I mean, we do a lot of business back and forth. And so I put out a call to my Patreon group saying, is anybody out there interested in just being on a podcast? And I got some response, not a lot, but I got some. And so they are going to join us on this podcast and maybe on future podcasts as well. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks.
And I want a couple of housekeeping things I want to get taken care of. We had a giveaway that we announced on the last podcast, and I just want to announce the winner. I mean, it's basically was my little Lätt Vind Mini that I lost the box for somehow. But the Lätt Vind Mini, a Kizer roll around, well, it'll come in this pouch now. I mean, one of these knife pouch keepers. Kizer playing cards. And we actually have, this is a battery pack, or what do they, power bank for, and it's got the wiring and everything for the plug into your cell phone or whatever, that kind of thing. So a power bank. And also this is a rubber mat that is Kizer, rubber deconstruction mat or whatever. That's what I use them for. And then swag pack, which is an LTK koozie, glow in the dark patch, and that. Okay. And so channel sticker, and the guy who won is Paramount Pocket. Just email me and I'll try and contact you through the comment thing, whatever. And so just email me and I'll just need your address and stuff, and I'll ship it out to you. So you're the winner. Now we're announcing a giveaway from this podcast, right? And this podcast giveaway, I took a left turn on because I thought, what the hell? Let's do a flashlight. So we're doing the Olight Arkfeld Pro. Okay, so this has got 3 sources of light. I think it's like 12 or 1300 lumen on the white light. It's got a UV light, and it's got actually a laser. Okay, so you got 3 different kind of lights, and you got a little rotator switch that rotates around and goes to different brightness levels, all that. And this is all together brand new in the package, and it's got the charge cord, of course, a built-in battery and all that right there with the instructions. Plus, we got to keep the playing card thing going. So we got Knives playing cards. These are really cool. And this is sealed in the pack. And then we're also going to include another swag pack of koozie. Okay. LTK koozie, glow in the dark patch, channel sticker, and I'm going to pick out some other pieces of swag from SHOT Show and stuff like that I'll throw in as well. So to enter this giveaway now with these prizes, just put a comment down below in the comment section. That's it. And we're going to random pick a comment, and whoever wins, and it'll be announced on our next podcast, which may be another week or 10 days from now. I don't know. Okay. And maybe a different cast and crew. Who knows? But for right now, that's what we're doing. One more thing, and then I'm going to let these guys cuss the industry. Bastards, the bastards. These are the LTK Result knives. They're made by We Knives, but they're LTK brand. They're my brand. And so White Mountain Knives is the exclusive place to get them. Okay, they're the exclusive dealer because I didn't want to handle them. And I said, you're already set up for it, Justin. So in any case, there will be, he's going to run a promotional on those. There's not a whole lot of them left, but we just want to get them sold, okay? And so we can think about other projects. But you'll get a swag pack with the glow-in-the-dark sticker, koozie, and channel sticker when you buy one. They're $245. LTK is your discount code, knocks it down to $200. You get a swag pack worth it $10, $12. So, you know, it's like $208 net. So just a little bit more inducement. And of course, you can get it. Not a lot of them left in the maroon. 20 CV blade, button lock, 8 inches overall length. And of course, you can get them in the OD green. Either one, whatever you choose. So when they run out, they run out. And I'm out. I'll see you. You guys, I hope you have a good time. Let me know when you need. Just kidding. Okay, so, okay, Jody, give us a report of Texas Blade.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. I mean, I was down there kind of helping out QSP this time, so didn't get to do a lot of recording, but that's okay. But met a lot of awesome people. I think Texas is growing. I think Blade Show Texas is growing, and I think, in my opinion, I think it might have been bigger than Blade Show West, and if it wasn't, it's gonna be very soon. It's a growing show, and I think it's just gonna keep growing, honestly. So
yeah, I was at Blade Show Texas last year, and I heard from one person that knows the guy who owns the Blade Show series, like West, Texas, and Atlanta, and that he was a little conservative he was a little reticent to honor all the requests for booths because he was afraid it would be growing too fast. It would get past him, and it would not be so easy to get everything put together and organized. So that it would get a little out of bounds, out of control. So the thing is, there's a lot of people wanting to be part of that, and it's right in the center of the country. And I've had people even say that someday it may be bigger than Atlanta or as big as.
Now, how long has that show been going? That's a fairly new one, Texas, right?
Yeah.
I think they said this was their 4th year.
4th year, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they said at the award ceremony. As Blade Show did.
Blade, Texas. It's been a Blade Show in Texas before, but it was not under the Blade Show ownership that it is now.
So I was talking to a fairly respected individual in the industry as well last year, and he said last year they probably could have had at least 200 more vendors. But back to what you said, they kind of wanted to just keep it contained a little bit, I guess, and so just to see where it went.
They want to grow slow, not too fast.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And I mean, and of course, I like Blade Show West because it's close. Yeah. You know, it's in Utah. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so it's close. Yeah. And I mean, it used to be in Portland. It used to be a 3-hour drive away, but I'm not sure anybody wants to be in Portland anymore. But you know, it is what it is.
Do we even want to go there? See, I don't even want to smile when he says that.
I'm just throwing it out there. You know, I don't know why they left. I really don't.
Well, we know what you're talking about, so it's no secret.
No, there's no secret.
I made pretty conservative American type guy with values that are similar to the rural area of the country. So places like Portland and stuff like that, they kind of confuse the heck out of me.
Yeah. You know what? It really bothers me a lot because when I was in Portland last time, everybody was walking around with one of these. I mean, they sold out in seconds. They really did.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Just really, they're a threat to democracy. Oh, well, screw it. Now, hey, this was, I got a discount on this because I stayed at Trump International when I went to SHOT Show. So, hey, it's on sale.
That's not one of those Stanley Cups. Is it made by Stanley Cup?
Shit, no. Yes, I heard about that. Now, you know what? I took all the stuff out of there of who the manufacturer was, but I don't remember now. I don't want to turn it upside down to look. But no, I don't know. I forgot.
Hey, talking about knife shows, does Nashville have a knife show in that same area? Somebody said there's a pretty cool, it's a smaller show, but it's in like Nashville. Would you guys know about that?
I think I've heard somebody talk about it, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I'm asking. But I heard it was like one of the original knife shows going back years. It's sort of small. I like to get some more information about it. It sounds pretty cool. I mean, Nashville's a cool town, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I've heard of some people going there, but I also know that the NRA meetings are there every so often, or they were. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the NRA has been
part of it
around. I think they're in that show's coming up. They got one in Texas, I think, this year.
Yeah. Now I don't know how that's going to go now that they've, kind of destroyed their business with Wayne and all the board members pretty much get indicted with spending all our money wrong.
They're still going to be there. I just think I think it's going to be a good change for them. But
I'd like to see something like GAW kind of take over the annual meetings or something that doesn't quite carry the stigma that the NRA has now.
Well, actually, the Second Amendment Foundation, Alan Gottlieb, I mean, they're the ones really doing it all as far as litigation for your Second Amendments.
Yeah. In fact, what was it? It was about a year ago that NRA talked me into joining.
Second Amendment Foundation membership.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I got the Firearm Policy Coalition, GOA, in my own state.
NRA's always coming out with a knife to try to get you to donate some more money. They have their own little, monthly knife or a knife.
Those $3 bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and the NRA at their conference, they used to have knife vendors and stuff there, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Because I remember, I mean, I don't know if it was Liong or who it was that used to go there every year, and probably Knife Rights shows up as well. I'd imagine.
Exactly. Yeah. Knife Rights. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I would think so.
Yeah. They do so much for the knife community for changing laws, Knife Rights. It's incredible. It's incredible what they've been able to do.
They keep fighting. They keep fighting here in Washington. We just lost another battle. Every year they try to introduce the spring knife repeal, and it lost again this year. And unfortunately, there was a new law that came out that it was the term knives got kind of wrapped in with the whole firearms thing. and now it is illegal. I believe it's a felony to carry any knife in any type of transit station.
Wow.
In the state of Washington. Any knife. Not just not just those that are already deemed illegal, like autos, gravity, so on and so forth. Any knife in any transit station.
That's crazy.
Mm.
Now, what's the size there? Is there anything over 3 inches?
We've got a 3-inch blade limit. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. Any knife in any transit station. It makes that very clear. So,
now what's the state you live in, Doug?
Indiana.
Okay, Indiana. So yeah, that's one of those states. It's a flyover state that we all should hate because you probably have people there that go to church, and love their guns. I know you are not a gun owner. I know that's just a poster behind you. But woo. Yeah, I think you got a few in there.
And I'm in the Northeast. I'm on the other side from Jody. I'm in Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
How is it?
It's not too bad. I mean, Massachusetts is tough with their laws. Connecticut can be. Then if you go up north, Vermont and New Hampshire is pretty. They're pretty cool. They got open carry, a constitutional carry. So.
Oh, that's where White Mountain. They're up in New Hampshire, I believe. Yeah,
they're in New Hampshire. Yep, they're in New Hampshire.
Okay.
I think Maine's pretty fair with theirs as well.
Maine is Maine. The three, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont are pretty, definitely fair. Mass is really tough, and Connecticut and Rhode Island's like in the middle between both of
them. Yeah, I mean, Florida, we just got constitutional carry here. So we have concealed carry. You don't have to have a permit anymore and any of that. And then the knife thing changed shortly after I moved here a couple of years ago, where they took the last of whatever it was off of the restrictions. And there wasn't much for restrictions to begin with. But I think it's pretty much carry what you want now. So I do. I carry what I want. I don't know. I may have to revisit the knife laws, but I think it's pretty open. Automatics are legal, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
whatever.
If there's any kind of laws in Indiana that we have to worry about, like, actually Indiana's pretty, other than our red flag laws, which I can't stand. As far as we're a constitutional carry state, we don't have any knife laws to speak of. Rarely free to do what we, choose to do.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was in Arizona. When I moved to Arizona, I go, what the hell? I mean, constitutional carry. There were guys like when we were going up near, up into Jerome, which is up on the Mingus Mountains, and then the old bars from the mining towns in the late 1800s and shit. The bikers would go up there and they'd have some bands playing and people would be partying. And these bikers, a couple of them like wearing pistol on their hip and this and that. And the Jerome police are walking around mingling, talking with them and stuff. And I go, wow, okay. I saw guys with like a Glock or something on their hip just going into like a mall in Tucson, like an upscale. Things like that. I mean, and I'm going, okay. And up there, you could take your quad runner and go on the streets with it. Golf court, anything you wanted, as long as you got it licensed. And you could get it licensed just by making sure you had lights and a rear view mirror, I think, of sorts. You didn't have to have turn signals because you could use hand turn signals. But you just had to be able to be seen at night with lights, and you had to have some kind of rear view mirror you could see behind you or whatever. And that was about it. And you could use your golf cart. I mean, not on the interstates, but and the quad runners, they blast them right down the state highways, but not on the interstates, I don't think. But that was cool because you can't do that here.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, you can't do it in Florida.
No, you can't do it here either.
Yeah, now they kind of do. around here that we're a small town in the center of Florida. And there's people who are on their golf carts because I'm across the street from the golf course. And there are people using their golf carts going around in here and there, but they'll stay on the sidewalks mostly. There's a bunch of guys in quad runners and dirt bikes that'll go up and down the streets a bit here and there and whatever. Nobody really says shit, so it's kind of like a wink and a nod.
I lived in Florida for a while, and everybody was pretty liberal with their golf carts and off-road vehicles. Like,
yeah,
actually, it was pretty lawless, really. As long as you weren't purposely doing something stupid, the cops just left you alone. I mean, they had a saying, though, that come to Florida on vacation, you leave on probation, and you come back in violation. When you go there, a lot of times when you go there on vacation, people do go over the line and get really stupid. But when you're a resident there, they were a lot.
Especially on spring break down there.
Yeah. I'm sure that's where the saying probably originated from. Was people down there doing that stuff. But as a resident, they didn't really care. Like if you were doing 75 and a 50, they just wave at you. And I mean, very rarely did you have that opportunity. At least in my area, we were stuck in 4-hour traffic jams to and from work every day, and I couldn't live with that. So I had maybe come back to Indiana because I just couldn't deal with traffic in Orlando, and trying to get to Orlando to Kissimmee was like a 5-hour deal some days, and I don't have that kind of patience.
Yeah, Orlando's a pain in the ass to drive through. I mean, in so much is it that Tampa, St. Pete area, and it just blends into Bradenton and all the way down to Naples. That whole corridor, it's pretty busy. But then it's crazy from like Miami, Lauderdale on up. I mean, there it is, and they're crazy drivers.
Yeah. I do like going down there down northern Florida in the end of December. Take my bike down there and just ride down to like the A1A and through some like Jacksonville and areas like that, because it's a totally different environment. There's no vacationers. It's it's just a lot more peaceful. As it gets 50, 60 degrees down there, people are cold, and I'm like, man, this is beautiful. Right? Shorts, and so it's the best time for me to go in there, and because I love it down there. It's just I'm just not a big city guy.
Yeah, we went. My son and his wife moved down to Jacksonville almost a year ago, and we went down there just before Christmas this year. And Pacific Northwest, it's 30, 35 degrees and freaking rain for 6 months straight. Go down there, it's December, I don't know, it was right before Christmas, but sunny and 60, 62 degrees. I was like, I could spend this is Christmas. I could spend Christmas like this all the time.
Yeah. It's been nice. It's kind of getting back up to 78 to 82 now. So, and overnight lows are higher. They're more like, instead of the 50s, they're into the 60s and stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's nice. I like this weather right now. My wife likes it a little cooler. It's not headed her way. It's headed my way.
Yeah, right.
So,
well, that's the whole time in Texas, man. I don't think I saw a cloud down there for 4 days and didn't see a cloud, man. It was sunny and between 75 and 80 the whole time. I was like, oh, thank you.
What part of Texas? Wow. What part of Texas was the show at?
Fort Worth. Fort Worth.
Okay. Oh, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was at the
Yeah.
convention center there? Gaylord.
Yeah. That's a pretty nice. It's a pretty nice convention center.
Yeah, that place is huge.
Yeah, it's big. They're supposedly, I guess, when we were pulling up to do all the setup and stuff the day before, sounds like they're maybe tearing some of it down and rebuilding, revamping. Because like where we were pulling in on the backside with like the loading docks and that type of thing, the guy that was kind of directing traffic, he's like, yeah, the street's going to go right through here. And it's like, that's part of the building, So it sounds like they're going to be doing a whole bunch of construction and remodeling and kind of modernizing, I guess, probably. So, but it's nice. It's a good size, nice convention center.
Yeah. So, what did you see at the Texas Blade? What's going on with the knives and stuff?
Oh, well, there again, like I said, I didn't see a whole lot because I was working the whole time. But I tell you what, man. One thing that did kind of surprise me is during the awards, the awards ceremony and stuff, pretty much all your major manufacturers that were present, of course, and submitted something were pretty much shut out from the awards. I know Vero Engineering won a couple.
Yeah, they did.
Esnix won Best EDC, which really kind of surprised me because, and it's a beautiful knife, don't get me wrong, but I don't see a slip joint because of the connotations with slip joints. I don't know, in your stuff, people just have negative connotations with them just because they don't lock, some people, I get those comments a lot, and I just didn't. It was a surprise to me that it won Best EDC. Like I said, it was a gorgeous, gorgeous knife, but really kind of a surprise. But yeah, all the major builders didn't get anything. So
I was looking. I haven't looked at that knife by Esnix because he's doing production. Was it one of his production line ones, or was it an individual custom?
No. This was production. This was
okay.
He won in the production line.
But it was a slip joint.
Yes.
Because he's got the ones that are front flippers. He's got ones, like Jack Wolf also made like the Gunslinger, which was a flipper and all that shit. But it looks traditional. And so Esnix was doing that too, one that was just coming out like not too many months ago. And that's what I thought maybe, and I can't remember what it was called, the Workman or something, but, but I guess that's not it. Now, Elishewitz and Les George.
Yeah.
Did they do a
collab?
Collaborative. And that one.
And that
is what, best import or something?
I believe you're correct on that. I don't remember exactly the category they won in for sure, but they did. Their collaboration did win an award, yes.
I think I saw it.
I think it was.
We know the name of that model?
Oh,
no. I mean, I think I saw a picture of it and I go, oh, that looks a lot less George-ish. I mean, it does look like Les George, but Elishewitz is in there too.
Yeah.
And because Les George makes more of a kind of a military looking knife, kind of in a way.
Yeah, some of them.
Especially the stuff he's done with Spartan. But this it was interesting. And wherever it was like $400, but it was sold out. Now maybe that was a different one than what won. I don't know, but that's what I was looking at, and I was going, wow, I had never seen that one before, and I can't remember the name.
Yeah, it was just surprising to me. It was just surprising to me that your major guys didn't win anything. So I mean, not that they deserved a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was interesting. I mean, because
it was.
Yeah, I mean, when like Texas Blade year before, right? You had We Knives won and QSP. Well, no, QSP won out in Blade West, right?
No, they did win in Texas too. They won for best production fixed blade in Texas.
And I think Esnix won in Texas. And and then who was it that won in Blade West? And it was the first year they put up their knife, and it was
Rosecraft won something too.
Well, Rosecraft, they won in Atlanta.
Yeah. For a slip joint, that was good. Cause,
yeah. I think they won best import.
Yes.
I think that was best import.
Pretty good, you know. Like you were saying before about slip joints, traditional slip joints, you don't see them winning too much. You know what I'm saying?
In the production realm. Yeah. Now, see, I think they should split it up. That's just me. I think they should do a best production modern folder or whatever they want to call it, and a best production slip joint. I think that would be. I
totally agree with you. Totally agree.
Yeah. Because I like slip joints. I own several. I'm a big Rosecraft fan.
I do too. But I like I like the newer modern stuff too. You know.
I just don't know about overall best EDC. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not sure I see a slip joint, but hey, I'm not the one voting either. So.
Yeah, I get you. I like slip joints too. I mean, just depends. And then I like them when they make them look like slip joints, but then they do other stuff. Kind of like the Gunslinger. I thought the Gunslinger was excellent.
Basically the modern traditional, if you will. Yeah, exactly. I guess that's what it's been termed now, is the modern traditional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, GEC, they make a great slip joint. I mean, what is it, 1095 steel and, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, they sell out pretty quick, and they got the jig boned handles and the brass liners and,
They sell out quick. I can't believe how fast they sell out.
Hey, I saw the other day, speaking of kind of traditional, I saw something from Case Knives. 20 CV blade. It's got a pocket clip on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's a slip joint or if it was.
They have two versions. You're talking the Bridgeport, I believe.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
There's two versions. They're calling it a triple detent. And there's a triple detent. I believe that's what they call it, because it's basically got a half stop. And then there's a front flipper version, and I tell you what, we could get into a conversation about that. I don't know how deep you want to go.
No.
Because like I said, this is in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And I'm working the table with David at QSP, and he's out, doing whatever he's doing. He comes back and he's like, I need to get my tools and go over to the case booth. And I'm like, what are you what? Okay. And he disappears for a little while, comes back, and he's like, you really need to go look at these Bridgeport knives. I'm like, okay, all right. So I eventually make my way over there. And the triple detent they had out there was absolutely it was good. It was good. It locked, well, it didn't lock up, but it was pretty solid. The front flipper version out there, I don't know why that knife was even out there. The blade was so loose. Now, I don't know if the pivot kept backing out on them or whatever, but that is not a knife I would have had for anyone to look at. Anyone that knows anything about that. Now, granted, Case is a slip joint company. They're not a locking knife company. And the guy asked me, he's like, I don't remember his name, but he's like, so what do you think? I was like, dude, you do not want me to go there. And he's like, no, what do you think? And I was like, this knife should not even be on this counter. And he just looked at me.
Is that why David had to bring his tools to the booth to help them? They had no tools there?
No tools. They had no tools. And now there was another gentleman there, and he had one in his pocket. And he's like, okay, what about this one? Now, it was a lot more solid. I'll give him that. It was a lot more solid. It still had it had more than it should have an up and down play. It didn't have any side to side. So the pivot must have been, because the pivot, I mean, I don't know if the interaction between the liner and the blade was just off, because, the other thing in the one on the counter, the liner was clear over. The only thing that was stopping it was the liner on the other side, or it would have kept going past the blade, I think. So, and I've had my own dealings with Case. that haven't been great in the past. I have nothing against Case.
Yeah.
They do make some fantastic knives.
Exactly.
But I don't know why that knife was sitting out there. And I straight up told him that. I was like, why isn't the one in your pocket the one out here? And both of them were not very happy. And I was like, you asked the question. What do you think? I'm telling you what I think.
Well, at least you didn't have your camera running. They really wouldn't have liked you.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it was just, I was like, I was amazed that was the knife they had laying out there. I mean, it was just, you could just, the blade was going all over the place.
I'm amazed they had no tools there either. I mean, just your basic stuff.
Yeah, a T6, a T8, a T10. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. Well, and there again, I don't know. I don't know. They're a slip joint company. I'll give them that. You know, I don't know. But it was, I would like to get one. I don't know if I want to buy one, but like I said, the triple detent, it was good. It was good. That's it. That's more in their wheelhouse, right?
Yeah, right.
Slip joint, double detent, whatever. It was good, and it felt good. It looked good. It still had a little bit of up and down. Yeah. But God, that other one, I was just like, why in the world do you have this out here for people to look at? That's crazy.
Yeah, it seems like Case has been jumping on the more the modern side of things. They're getting away from, like you said, their wheelhouse, their slip joints. Yeah. They've been trying some stuff.
Yeah. And I don't know if they were mad at what I was saying or they were mad that I had a reason to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From their production or whatever. But yeah, they weren't happy. But hey, I'm just telling you what I see, man. Yeah. And I was like, no, this shouldn't happen.
That's the way we want it. We want to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta tell it like you see it. And if it's not, and I went back and David was like, so what did you think? And I was like, he just laughed. He just laughed. And he's like, yeah, I know. Well, okay. This is all hearsay.
Yeah.
Take it as a grain of salt. But one of the things David did say is because he was mentioning the blade play and stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently the guy said that would pass QC. And I was like, you need to fire your entire QC line if that's the case.
Wow.
So I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. So that's hearsay. Hearsay. But yeah, that was probably the most astonishing thing of Blade Show Texas. I was like, yeah, it was bad. Oh, Lee, what happened? You're muted.
That's because something happened and it kicked it off. Yeah, it did. And can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Wow, hold on. Now I got problems. I think
it doesn't look like you have problems now. You look good.
Now, is that better? Is that different? At least it's different. Okay, now I can hear me. Okay.
Okay,
yeah, it just kicked off, and then it came up with a message saying, the server has, failed or something, and you need to restart your thing. And it's like, no, I'm not restarting. But everything went blip for a while. And then that was enough to kick my Bluetooth and whatever and mute my deal. So, hey, me muted is more fun than,
Hey,
my wife is looking for that mute button on me all the time. It's like, shut up. That kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm letting you guys talk. And I'm just going to see, you didn't even know it was muted.
No.
I was trying to say, hey, everybody, the Kizer Momo. This is an insane knife, isn't it? I mean, this thing's like 4.2 inch blade or something, and like 10 and a half, 15 inches overall length, something, I don't know. But
so what do you think of what I kind of term as the unicorn horn front flipper? What's your thoughts on that?
Unicorn horn.
Yeah, hold it up again, and that front flipper on it. The front.
Oh yeah.
It looks like a unicorn horn, man. It sticks.
Oh.
See, now those are the type of I like. I mean, I'm not a big front flipper fan to begin with, but I like a more low profile. That's just me.
Yeah.
You know.
It's about 9 3/8 long overall length. You know, the problem is when you get to a certain length, it becomes more difficult to operate a front flipper because you're crawling up and crawling up and crawling up until you got this much hanging out the backside. That's not a real good position to be in. So while it is very functional, and you can actually middle finger flick it because the detent is fairly light, but it would have been nice had they maybe done a fuller or something along here that would have been easier to finger flick. And you know what? They could have forgot about this as far as I'm concerned. But once it's open, I love this look.
See, that's more of a front.
Yeah, that's very muted. That looks very familiar.
Sure, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
It probably looks a lot
now
like
with the horn,
this. You know,
with the horn, you think it'd be easy to flip with that big horn.
I mean, they are at times, you know, but it's like Lee said, you know, once you get, if you're making a knife of size, you've got to have that leverage point, obviously, to flip it open, and that's just, I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I mean, once you get all the way up here, this thing's going to fly out of your hand, hit your dog in the ass, and I don't know. I mean, it's just, but once it's open, man, this would be a great kitchen or cooking or camp cook or.
Oh, I love the look of it. I mean, it's got a great belly on it and everything. It kind of almost looks like a fixed blade.
This could be a great fixed blade knife too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a bunch of fixed blade knives that look like that, actually. This is not that unusual of a design, but it's really cool. It's in the Vanguard series, so it's not high end. I mean, although it's like $100, which is high end for Vanguard, but
so are they using what's the Vanguard using? Is it N690?
154.
It is 154? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by and large,
the belly on that. That'd be
the belly's good.
Chef's knife,
Yeah. Have you seen the Wayne Sharp World knife, the Thornton by Bostede? Or is that, there you go. It's a button lock. This is a good, actually I pulled this out because I was going to have this as the giveaway. And then I go, no, I'm going to give away an Olight flashlight. I mean, I kind of have almost one of everything that Bostede has done, with maybe one or two exceptions. So I go, this would be my only one. I'd have to turn around and buy another one or something. Screw that. I'm keeping this one, so screw it. And I just got the Griffin, which is another front flipper. I didn't really jump on this when it first came out, but anybody know Hawkbill? Yeah, here he is. Wow, but you can finger flick him too. So is that a little?
That looks like it would make a good rope knife.
It'd definitely be a self-defense one, that's for sure. I mean, kind of almost a karambit-ish blade, you know. Wow. Ooh, yeah, baby. So, Bostede, and they're doing some other. Petrified Fish just came out with one or two new ones. I can't keep up. Can't keep up.
Oh, the Hairtail? The Hairtail is one of the new ones. Yeah.
You know, I hair-tailed, and it's a really good knife. Oh, not hair-tail. What?
I think I have one. I'm pretty sure I have one coming. I haven't seen it yet. But as a matter of fact, this afternoon, after we get done doing this and I do my live stream, Petrified Fish is actually giving away 10 knives on my live stream this afternoon. Wow. So that'll be pretty cool.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to give up my whole website and just tell everybody the sale is off. I'm gonna go on to the live stream. I'm gonna be. No. Just kidding. No.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with the knife brands. I mean, just Civivi, the models that come out. I mean, God, this is the golden era of knives. There's just so many knives out there.
Yeah, and what the hell? I mean, it would be interesting if somebody actually had kept a spreadsheet from maybe 2015 or 16 of all the different USA people that have had knives OEM'd in China. That would be interesting because there's so many just like one-off guys and different people, right, that have done these. And I keep running into them because with the website, I get knives in, right? And I'm going, I didn't know this was out. I've never seen this before. And then I have to look it up, because I'm a little interested. And then I'm going, oh shit. So and I look at it and I go, nobody's doing this mid-tech in the USA. This is too smooth, clean, seamless. So I know it's got to be high-end production in China. And sure enough, boom, there it goes. Yeah. So, but I mean, I think you'd be surprised. I wonder how many people, 100, 200, more?
Well, it's kind of like now, with the YouTuber knife design. I mean, you did your knife, David did his, and then he kind of went off on his own brand, with Orion. But that's everybody keeps asking me, when are you going to design a knife? I'm like, no, I have no aspects of designing a knife, but it's gotten really popuela. Yeah,
Leo Knives, Arcane Designs, Sharp by Designs making his own thing. Chavez, Pena, Bob Terzuola, Eric Oakes. I mean, we can just sit here and do this for a long time. Is that a Brian Brown? No. What is that?
Factor.
That's the Winter Blade Co., isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I saw the back. You know what? There's a blade coming out that looks just like that, and I think it was Kunwu. I saw it on their Instagram. They have a blade that looks like that, but that's not an unfamiliar blade shape, but it's coming apparently. But I got one I kicked into in Kickstarter for August of last year, and that's still not out.
Who's that through?
What was that? Do you know, Frank?
No.
Oh, it's got a funky name to it. And I thought, what the hell is that name? And they've been doing a bunch of whatever. So it's interesting.
What other knives have they done? What other knives? Is this the first one or just?
No, I think this is the first one that they're OEMing. What's it called? Truffles.
Oh.
Truffles.
Oh. Who is that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Michael. Oh shit. Michael Reed. Let me see. Thanks for reaching out. Yeah. Produce a final pre-production. Okay. I don't know.
Oh, I can't think of who that is, but I know the knife.
No, hold on. Maybe that's the wrong guy. But yeah, it may have been the guy that was turning me on to it. But yeah. So, and then now they're doing a save a life, win a knife kind of thing, because there's a friend that has a child that needs a transplant. And so there's people that are doing the cheek swabs and sending it in for testing to see if they can. Posted by Michael Reed. Yeah, that's okay. The truffles, but okay, never mind. I'm sorry, I just went off there. But yeah, it's just like I'm still waiting. But yeah, takes a while, and I don't know. I think I'm going to swear off, pre-sale stuff.
A lot of people have.
I I mean, the thing is, see, I didn't want to do it with this. I didn't want to. I'm using my own money. I don't care. You know what? Do you want to have fiduciary responsibility over $70,000? You know, and 300 people buying a knife? I mean, wow. I don't. And then them, you know, contacting you every day. When's it going to be done? When's it going to be shipped?
Right. Aurora Knife and Tool, Lee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Aurora Knife and Tool truffles.
Now, have they done an OEM project before?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of. That doesn't mean anything, but just not that I'm aware of.
And then what? TW Price with the Dawn. I mean, there are what was the Gugnier or whatever that knife was? Remember that? I can't remember who was that. And then I've got racks of knives, and every once in a while I get, where did this come from? Where did this shit? There's a lot of it out there. So I mean, there's a lot of USA people making a living off of OEMing things from China. But I mean, well, probably everybody in the US in one way or another is, right? You buy a new Chevy truck and 20% of the plastic parts or whatever come from China, or I mean, you know, whatever you get, wherever you get, you go to SHOT Show, you got a lot of Asians there because they're making some of the integral parts for a lot of these products that are there, you know? Right. So I don't know. I mean,
just the way it is. Just the way it is. You really can't get around it. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I've never been. I mean, well, nobody in our government has ever said we need to cut China completely off, but they're saying we need a damn better deal. I can't. Who was the guy that said that? We need a better trade deal. I don't know who was that guy, but. You know, I'm just saying, and I would like the CCP to go away. But
I'm not a fan of their government, but they do have a lot of good people over there.
Oh, I mean, they're polite, they're nice, and they're probably terrified of even discussing anything like that. And the problem is, I'm hoping our country doesn't get to that point where people are terrified and or they're just banished off of media so they cannot be heard.
I think it's already to that point, especially after that reporter from Blaze got arrested, picked up from the FBI yesterday morning for the work he's done on January 6th. I think people are, they're purposely doing everything they can to scare us into silence.
Oh, and intimidation works. It works. Well, if they,
like you don't.
I know.
Like,
well, I mean, you just like social media.
We're a lot of this problem is our own faults because we let all of this build because we wanted to stay in our convenient, and we put in our 40 hours a week, and we thought we were doing our part, and we just let things get out of control, and we just didn't want to risk losing the comforts of our life, and now we're paying the price for that. But now, some people are starting to fight back, but I think it's kind of too late for.
You've gone over the hump. You know what? And the biggest thing, I mean, when I heard Schumer the other day say he was trying to talk to whoever it was that was incoming, and he goes, "Oh, the new speaker, the Republican speaker. I've been around, and I'm telling you, this is on you. You better get it done." And it's like, you know what? Term limits. Okay?
Yeah,
that's all I got to say. Come on. I mean, that's the best thing. If I'm a lobbyist, I want to make sure my guy's going to be in office for like 30, 40 years, right? Yeah. Once I got him in the bag, I got him in the bag. And the thing is, that's why term limits would be good. Fresh bait. Okay? Now you gotta get this other guy on. You gotta romance him now. And he may not romance. So because he knows he's going to be gone in 4 to 6 years.
You got to convince them all to vote themselves out.
We'll never see term limits. We'll never see term limits.
Probably not.
It shouldn't be a career.
No, and it's kind of surprising because just think, they can serve one term and they're set for life. So it really doesn't matter. Obviously the longer they're in there, the more money they're going to make for sure because of lobbyists and everything. But seriously, I think it's 1 or 2 terms, and they've got a pension for life basically.
Yeah, but that's money to us. It's not money to them. Yeah. $170,000 a year. Shit, I'd be dancing around a freaking lot. But them, that's pin money. That's just pin money.
Yeah.
Okay. Ain't shit. They want a $30 million home up in Tahoe. Okay, that's what they're talking about. And a private jet.
Well, they want to be by the ocean that's supposed to be flooding all the coast over there.
They scared me.
Look at Bernie Sanders. How many houses does Bernie own? 7, 8 houses, Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
He's just waiting for the flood so he can claim the flood insurance, I guess.
Right.
That's funny. You would think. You would think these investor groups. What the hell? Investor groups going to invest in more high rises that are right by the ocean? Why are they doing that? How would they do that? They got to know that that's all going to be underwater in 10 years. Right? Yeah, I love it. See, if we all meet in Atlanta, then we won't even have to worry about being shut down on the internet. Nobody even cares about this channel anyhow. But we could just be sitting in the pit drinking, and we could get old Steve riled up too. Chef Kelly. Yeah. And who else? We can get them all going. Neves, whoever else. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Medford. Wait for Greg to come by. Here we go. Hey, Greg. Greg, what's your pronouns, Greg? Oh, you're dead. He's funny. He's funny as hell. He's good timing. Yeah. He's good. Marine Corps. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Atlanta since I didn't get to go to Texas Blade, and I'm glad I didn't go to Texas Blade. Sorry, but I keep looking at my credit card bill, and I'm going, man. I'm gonna have to tell my Patreon group minimum is $1,000 a month now.
Yeah.
When is Atlanta?
Lord.
What's the date for Atlanta?
June 7th, 8th, and 9th. 7th, 8th, and 9th. I believe,
it's 3 days, yeah. Saturday, Sunday, no. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm hoping I can make it. I'm hoping. We'll see.
I can't remember if I'm going to have to ask the wife. Are we flying or driving? Because I can't remember now. I would think we had some credits on some airline shit, and that's probably why we're flying to Atlanta again. God, I hate Atlanta Airport. Ugh.
That's a biggie.
Yeah, but then the drive from Atlanta to clear down southern Florida, that's a drive. That's a drive. And so
how far is it, Lee? Roughly?
Shit, about 600 miles, maybe 550, somewhere in there. Because just from Atlanta to Valdosta, which is on the border, is I don't know, probably a couple hundred. And then you're in northern Florida. Screw that. Florida's goes from Alaska to South America. So, it's a long state. Shit. Seems like it.
Yeah. I remember I was a kid. I was probably around 9 years old. And my aunt and uncle, they live in Fort Myers, Florida. And they came up here to pick me up, take me down there. And I remember I sitting in Florida, and I was like, finally. And they just started laughing. And we're barely halfway there. I was like, oh my God. What? And it was forever from Florida, the top of Florida, to Fort Myers.
I mean, I'm in southern Florida, and it's still 2.5 hours to get to Miami. And then how many hours on top of that to even get down to Key West? I mean, shit. And of course, you ain't going no 80 miles an hour on the Keys. So better chill out, get your blender and your fruit drinks and whatever else.
There you go.
Go nice slow pace.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it is.
What I wanted to do is ride my bike down to the Keys. Just take the A1A all the way down. I don't know if I'll ever get to live that out, but it would be a heck of a ride.
It'd be a fun ride.
I did it once. I went to Daytona, and then me and like 4 other guys were on our Harleys, and we all went from Daytona down to Key West. And that was a ride that day.
I'm sure.
That was a ride.
My question on the bridge, since when you're just on the ocean, what's the wind like? Was it pushing you? Do you remember?
I don't remember having issues with the wind. I remember the sun going down, and it was beautiful. And I go, I'd like to stop my bike and get my camera out and take a picture. But there was no shoulder, and I was on 7 Mile Bridge. So it's like, okay, nope, not going to do that. And by the time we got off of that and kind of it was starting to get dark and shit. So, oh well. But yeah, but of course we stopped at the 7 Mile Bar before we got on 7 Mile Bridge. So, I mean, we're kind of hopping through the Keys.
No, say it isn't so, Lee.
There's some of
the
bars
Keys
down there you don't want to be too friendly in.
Yeah, well, you get the locals,
Yeah, the Keys, you're 90 miles from Cuba, right?
Yeah, Key West. Yeah.
Yeah, 90 miles from Cuba.
Southernmost point.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get I think they can rent you a kayak. You can get over to Havana if you want.
A couple weeks training, you could swim it, really.
Oh man. No. But my brother-in-law that lives a few miles from my house, he retired Colonel Marine Corps, so he can get. They got places there in Key West for military. I mean that he can. I think he can get them for like 100, 150 a night, something like that. You can't ride motor scooters or anything on the base, and there's certain rules of this and that. But yeah, I mean, so it's right there, and you can just walk out to the beach from wherever they are. I've never been there. My wife's been there a couple times, I think, but no, I haven't been to those units on the base. But it's like, wow, that's a nice perk, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good.
Whew.
Oh, they got stuff all over. They got stuff all over like that. They got one in Kaneohe Bay in Hawaii, and yeah, little cottages right basically on the beach. It's nice.
I think they do in California too, especially. Where's the SEAL? The Navy SEALs.
Coronado.
Is it Coronado Island? Yeah,
Coronado.
Okay. So yeah.
Yep.
I can't even afford to breathe air on Coronado Island. That's expensive, man.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, when we were out there, we went to the Hotel Del Coronado, and it's like, yeah, there's not even. I probably couldn't stay 2 hours in this place. Couldn't afford it. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful hotel.
Oh yeah. But no, yeah. I never got that far. We hit the Navy SEALs bar. What's it called? Shit, I can't remember now. I got a T-shirt from there.
Wow.
Gator Gardens is one of them.
No, it was the other one. I can't remember. But in any case, I got a T-shirt from there. I could afford that in about 5 beers.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. But yeah, I mean, so my brother-in-law says, well, you go to Coronado Island, you go to that Navy SEALs bar, blah, blah, blah. You'll love it, blah, blah, blah. So we got that far, but after we got out of there, we weren't going to Coronado Hotel.
Yeah.
We turned around and headed back to our place in to our beach thing up on Pacific Ocean Boulevard or whatever, Pacific Ocean Beach.
Yep.
That's where we were staying. So,
Yeah.
So what's a 12-pack of beer running in Florida these days?
huh?
So what's a 12-pack of beer running in Florida these days?
My wife, she is like the most thrifty shopper because she's always goes to the front of the grocery store and they have a little kiosk with coupons and shit. Plus, she hits what does she hit? Something where she scans in her receipts and they give her.
Wow.
She got like a $70-something check the other day in the mail from kickbacks from groceries and shit. So yeah.
Lee ain't buying beer by the 12-pack. I think it's what? 30 packs,
You know, I can tell you about a 15 of 16s. So 16-ounce cans, 15-pack. As low as I got them, and where was it that I picked them up and I was so surprised? Oh, at the Wawa station here. I never expected them to be that cheap on beer, but it was like $15 for a 15-pack of 16 ounces. So that would be similar to what, an 18-pack of beer?
Yeah, probably.
For about $15. So that's not bad. I mean, if you can get well below $1 a can, right? Wow. So I've had cases of beer that I got for maybe 18, but yeah, most of the time they want about 20 to 22 for a case. So you're talking, yeah.
I lived down there in 2001, and that's about what it was running then. I mean, I was expecting a lot higher price. That's why I asked. If you wanted a 12-pack of Budweiser and a pack of cigarettes, you needed $30.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, yeah, because the cigarettes are 20.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the cigarettes they're 10. They're 10 or 11 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
We have to pick them up for my brother-in-law. It's like, can you bring a pack of cigarettes when you come over to the pool? So yeah, I know what they cost.
Yeah,
I have no idea what they.
I like to drink Yingling myself, and I remember watching Jody. You watching a podcast, at a Blade show, you were drinking Yingling, and you were saying,
"Oh hell yeah!" And I can't get it out here.
Yeah, I know. You were saying that. I can get it here now in Rhode Island, from Pennsylvania. I remember you drinking. I said, "This is great beer." But
oh hell yeah, it is. I love it. Anytime I get in Texas, guess what I was drinking?
Yingling. That's great stuff.
When my boy moved to Jacksonville, I was like, that's all we drank down there was Yingling.
Yeah, it's good. It's great stuff. Great stuff.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they got it all over down here. I mean, if they got anything on tap, it'll be one of them. That'll be one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the oldest brewery. I've been in both their breweries. Mm-hmm. One's in Pittsburgh, Pottsville, and there's one in Tampa Bay, right across from the racetrack. And it's an old Stroh's brewery. It's great stuff. Great beer.
Oh, really? They got one in Florida too?
Yeah, it's in Tampa Bay. Is the second brewery. It's an old Stroh's brewery. It's right across from the Tampa Bay racetrack, and you can go there and you can tour the facility, and you can go have a few. Just like Potts, the one in Pennsylvania, the main one, Pottsville, PA.
Yeah, right on. That's cool. I'd like to get out there and tour that actually.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Tampa Bay. It's the old Stroh's brewery, Yingling.
Stroh's. There's a blast
from the past. Up to Tampa Bay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, right across from the racetrack. The Tampa Bay racetrack was there, dog track.
Okay.
Dog track. Wow. God, I don't think I've ever been to dog races.
I haven't. No, I never have.
Great. They don't do it in the Northeast. They saw it because they were saying cruelty to the animals. Now it's a simulcast. You can watch them from Florida and other parts of the country. But dog racing was great, man. It's great. Greyhounds.
Okay. Interesting.
Not like those trifectas at Quinellas. You know what I'm saying? There goes Rhodey, or there goes Rusty. They have a rabbit, an automatic rabbit, and the dog's chasing the rabbit. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen it on TV, but I've never been there in person. I haven't been to many races.
Yeah, I've never really been to horses or anything like that. But I mean, the dogs are big up here. But now you can just simulcast because Florida has a lot of dog tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the nice thing about being there is there was no shortage of finding something to get into. My first day I got down there, I already had some. Well, they were friends. They were family of the friend I was going down there with, and they took me out on a boat on Lake St. Mary, and I seen a gator, and it always kind of been a thing of mine that I wanted to wrestle a gator, and there was one. We were on the boat, and I seen one. And I went to go get it, and thankfully somebody grabbed me before I got out of the boat.
Don't want to mess with those things.
You don't want to mess with them in water.
No.
Land's different. You got a chance on land. It's they wear out pretty quick on land, but yeah, I'd have been a goner for sure had I got out of that boat. And I learned real quick. Don't mess with them in the water.
I wouldn't mess with them on the land either.
No.
Well, actually, they're not that terrifying, really, on land. I mean, as long as you don't do a straight line.
I think that depends on who you ask.
I mean, you see them on the golf courses in Florida. They can move pretty quick, I believe.
Yeah.
They can.
In a straight line, they're quick.
Oh, God.
Wear them out, zigzag, side to side. They run out of energy pretty quick. And then
how about that fast?
Yeah, I'll pass on gators.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try it now. But
all you have to do is be faster than the slowest guy.
Yeah, that would probably
exactly.
When you're running away.
That's me.
Hey,
That's it.
Lee, you got any in your yard? You see any around your neighborhood? Gators? Lee? Any?
I haven't seen any gators in my neighborhood. I haven't seen actually any gators on any of the lakes around here, and I know they're there, but I haven't seen them.
What about snakes? Like you must have.
Oh yeah, I've seen snakes.
Oh, snake, yeah.
But not like pythons or anything, but just the regular black snakes and shit like that are.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen them. We got all kinds of like sandhill cranes, other kinds of herons, and other water birds like that. And then, of course, there's,
snake head hunter.
There you go. Shit, yeah. You know what? I was looking for my hatchet the other day, and now I can't find it. Where is it? Where did I put that sucker? I rearranged my bins and stuff, so I guess I don't have my big banger. But yeah, I'm trying to rearrange. I'm trying to make this place livable here, but it's a working mess. I know where everything is, but it looks like shit.
Now, did Olight do away with their code with you as well?
Did what?
Did Olight kill your code, your discount code?
No, I mean, I
have one
for who?
Olight. I know Olight's doing all kinds of changes, and they did away with people's codes, I think.
Yeah, they did. They did. I did have a code, but it wouldn't apply to anything on sale, only to retail stuff.
Yeah.
If they have monthly sales, they've done any monthly sales lately?
I haven't seen any.
They've switched to quarterly sales.
They went back to quarterly sales.
Yeah, they switched back to quarterly sales. There's one coming up here I think it's the 12th.
Oh, okay. Because okay.
Oh, okay.
I've begged
Yeah.
them to go
I
back
didn't
to
know
the
that. Yeah, I thought it
quarterly
was still-
sale.
Oh, monthly was just getting.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, it was a little
It
bit
was, they were doing it, and then it just like all the YouTube channels. You know, I can't imagine all the hate they were getting. You know, and I told the people. I mean, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm more of a YouTube critic. Um, but I do speak with Olight, and I work with Olight, and you know, I told them, you know, this YouTube, this guerrilla marketing, all you're doing is killing your brand. It's like people, even the people doing the videos, they're just doing it half-heartedly, putting it on secondary channels, putting it on stuff where nobody's going to watch because people are sick of it. And I was like, you got to go back to the quarterly stuff. I said, because people, it was more of an event when you did it quarterly. Plus, the tiers were better. And, you know, when you spend so much, you get that tier, you know, whatever. It was just a lot better back when it was 4 sales a year than them trying to do one every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It just seemed like, and nothing was changing except the color. I mean, they were putting out, you know, the new products didn't change. All they were doing was just changing the anode on the old lights. So I was like, you're just killing yourselves. And they actually, you know, spoke with me in pretty good detail about, you know, them going to look into that. And, you know, they got some new stuff coming out that is way out of their spectrum or what they would do. That I think it's not going to land well at first, but if they do it right in time, it may pick up some steam. You guys, if you had, they did put it up on the website briefly for people with whatever that diamond level is. So some people may have already seen it, but I don't.
So you can sign up and get it. You have to sign a non-disclosure, and then you can get these pre-production things.
So some people may have seen what I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm not allowed to talk about it at all. But they got some things coming that are going to be. It was surprising for what their first try. They did pretty well, but because of the way that they've marketed themselves the last couple of years, I think it's going to take a while before anybody's going to believe it's any good because they just drown themselves out.
Yeah, and I've got drawers. I mean, full of Olights.
Yeah, I'm looking at every orange Olight's ever made sitting here on my desk. You know, and everyone that I spoke to have all been, you know, really good people. And you know, that's what I hate when I get, you know, a lot of people are anti-China, and you know, I get that. You know, I have no desire to be the communist country, but I'm not going to judge the people based on the politics. And you know, like Sergio with Kunwu, I mean, the dude loves knives, and he does it the right way, and he's funny as can be. And you know, I don't. Why would I like tear that apart when he's such, you know, cares so much about something that I care about, just because of where he was born? And that's the part I kind of get aggravated with when people talk about, oh, it's from China. Well, you know, like, look, they didn't choose to live there. They were born there. You know, moving from a continent, you know, can be kind of tough. I mean, I'm not poor nor wealthy, but I'm well enough that I don't know if I could pick up and move to Sweden or something if I wanted to. I mean, it's just not that easy to live, pick up and leave a continent. You know, so I hate all the hates that some of these
Yeah,
people get.
I agree. It's not the people, it's the government, it's the CPP.
Yeah,
And I
but
get that.
Sergio's not Chinese.
No,
And he
the
wasn't
companies,
born in China, I don't think, was he? He's
no,
European.
yeah, but it's people and it's companies
Yeah,
there,
I know.
and they're
So
all
he runs back and forth. I remember during the COVID thing, you know, he left China just in time. They wouldn't let him back, and he had to stay in Europe for I don't know a year or so before he could get back into China and work with the team to do the stuff. But whatever, that's a good one right there too, right there, buddy.
yeah.
So
I got,
yeah, I got
I
like
got that
two
one.
or three. I got the Chad, and then I got this, and I got the X Tau, which I love. And I don't love everything. I mean,
I got
but I
the
3 or 4 of them I really do.
I got the Chad DLC. My first Chad, it came
Oh,
fairly.
you bastard! Really? So you got the super fancy mirror polished one that I've been drooling over. And what are those? The DLC ones were what? 600 a piece or something?
No, I think if I remember right, about $300.
No. Okay, then we're talking about different ones. I was talking about the one with the mirror kind of coating on the blade.
The DLC
It was all
polish,
fancy. The
yeah,
Chad product.
That's what's on here. Now there's some that had he detailed with Mokatai trim that's probably up there, but now this is the polished DLC. I was going to get the
I don't hate you
polished
anymore.
Padre, but I was like, I already have the Padre, and I didn't figure it didn't make sense for me to spend another $400 on a DLC Padre.
I mean, I can live with G10. Really, this makes it. I mean, the one thing that breaks my heart is snail trails on titanium, so I try and avoid it. I mean, really, I'm just as happy with the knife at G10 now. I mean, my other ones are titanium, but yeah.
With his titanium, I don't have an issue. They're so dark that it just doesn't scratch up. I mean, I use this DLC Chad all the time. So he made sure, because I made a comment to him that my first Chad was dull. And he's remembered that through months. So when I ordered this came like a razor blade. I mean, it was screaming sharp. And then, but I haven't got one nick on it. I use it all the time. And then this G10 one I use every day. And it has the DLC polish on it. And you can't destroy it. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, and I use it hard. I mean, I have some, like, I'm one of those guys, I'm really hard on some stuff. And this is one of my fixed blades, the rook tip off, first time I used it. And this is crew wear, BRK Bravo Elite or Bravo Alpha, and destroyed it within 24 hours. And then,
Bravo.
Yeah. And then I have like I've worked, I don't know how well this comes through, but this is a BRK Bravo machete, and it's about $300. And I mean, I've gotten every penny out of this. And I mean, I'm just extremely hard on my stuff. And the stuff Kunwu does.
Now that looks like the Gator Hunter.
Really well.
That knife.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's 1V is the material, and it can take down, it can clear an area really quick. It's been fantastic. And I've had some stuff with BRK. I mean, I love the brand, and you know, it's forever warranted. You know, but I've had, you know, I had that one that Jason designed, and it was their first Magna Cut run. I can't remember the name of it, but I took it out, and all I did was I had a twig, and I just was cutting the tip off of it, and it chipped the blade in 3 different places. For the day I got it, all I was doing was just making a little spike, because I was just trying to hold something in place I was working on the ground. And I went in there, I was like, is Magna Cut all we think it's cracked up to be? I was like I don't know. But, you know, them whole Magna Cut, it seems to be pretty polarizing on, you know, the heat treatment and all that stuff. Now, I mean, some companies have pretty much refused to use it due to, you know, the backlash from the community. And some people are doing fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I get you. Yeah, that was, yeah.
Chris Reeves, I think they do an excellent job with it. Chris Reeves, I think, top American brand. You know, like, it just seems like they keep their mouth shut. They just know what they're good at. They stay in their lane. Everything's consistent every time.
Yeah. I still don't have, I mean, I used to have a Savenza 21. Then I had a Savenza 25 back in the day. And then they came with the Incosi. And you know what? I just wanted just a regular drop point Incosi. Large drop point Incosi. That's all I want. And really, I think I just need to go on their website and just order one or whatever.
Yeah.
And just wait it out, you know, whatever. I mean, get one in Magna Cut or whatever. I don't know that it would really make a huge difference. I mean, they're not drop shutty, fidget friendly knives, but they are a good, just everyday carry user if you're going to just have it for a long term, hold it forever kind of knife. And I think it's one of those knives that every enthusiast should consider having one of, you know, at some point in time, you know?
The Incosi is my favorite style, but I like the Insingo blade.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I would
but I
have
can
to
also see,
I just don't want the inlay. I don't like the inlay. I don't like it. I just like regular. I just don't want the inlay.
I love the inlay. It just fills the hand up perfect. Like this is.
I get you. I mean, people do, and then they don't. But I can live without it.
I regret buying this because I didn't think that I had to worry much about this breaking if I was to use it. So I kind of wish I had gotten the black micarta instead of the box elder. But it's still a beautiful knife. But I mean, there's the same consistency through every knife. Where, like, this is a Harsey, and I love, like, this is the only knife I've ever bought that is just to look at. I have no plans to ever use it, but it has really strong lock stick. And I've been trying to work it out forever. But then I have the Mayan calendar one, and everything about it, it's beautiful. I mean, there's no stick. It's smooth as can be. And that's the thing that I've come across with most American brands lately is there's just no consistency. Even, I've had a few Medfords that have been great. And then I've only returned one knife through all the knives I bought, and it was a Medford because I had to take a pry bar to get it to unlock.
Ooh, baby, that's lock stick.
Yeah. And
Whew.
It's just, I would love to see, some USA brands just start focusing, back on quality. And these other brands, we and Riot and all of, Best Tech, all the higher end production over in China, it's putting a lot of pressure on them to get out their knives. So some things are falling through the cracks. But the people that are buying American are going to buy American, but we want the quality. I don't want to spend $600 and then it, the grinds are done wrong, or like the hardware's falling out when I get it out of the box, or if I mention I have a quality problem, the company goes nuts on you on social media. It's like, look, you made a mistake, own it, stop being a baby, and just fix it. And I think this particular company has started working on that, and I'm sure you guys probably know what I'm talking about. But there's nothing worse than, to me, is the person that made the mistake making the person who bought the knife feel like they did something wrong.
Yeah.
That crap drives me insane. And nobody, you made it, just own it and fix it and move on. It's that simple.
Yeah.
People forget about it, and
you got to stand by your product.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you come out and you got your GM coming out and making fun of old guys just because they're older, and bashing them online, and just like, look, everybody, it just makes you just want to do what's
customer service.
Stop
that's
buying.
important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've bought so many knives off the lead. He said we're good. I got them here, and I've had to resharpen them. Put they've been missing parts, and but he's always said, you can return it. It's like, no, I'll fix it. It's fine.
Did you read the fine print though? The fine print.
No, I always do. No.
I'm gonna have a Microtech. I'm gonna have a Microtech fine print. Like, the steel may not be as claimed. We're gonna use whatever's convenient at the time. Blah 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 blah. Don't expect this or that. And just no. I think a lot of guys are reticent to return things, but I get people that email me and go, "Oh, there was a scratch over here, and it wasn't revealed in the thing, and I didn't see it in the pictures." And I go, I won't even argue with them. It's just like, here's a return label, send it back. And then I've had a couple where I said, I can give you a return label, send it back. And then they go, you know what? Now the action's better than I thought, and I kind of did a little adjusting, so to hell with it. And so there's, but I'm here. I'm here because
knife, like I told you, the times that I've gotten something that I didn't see in the picture or something, I'm the one taking the risk buying a used knife. It's not your fault. So, and you're still willing to take it, and no questions asked.
I'm trying to divulge all the stuff, but here's the problem. I get a list of knives from somebody selling knives, right? And they'll just say PM2, $150, but they won't say if it's got a scratch on it, if it's off center. They will not tell me, and I have a whole thing I send people. It's like, I want to know about any defects, problems, scrapes, etc. And this guy's the worst right there. That guy's bad. Hey, I'm gonna have your knife on. I got it yesterday, so it will be on the drop tonight.
Well, they sell. You could sell them. I'm telling you, they move. They're moving.
Yeah. In fact, it's not only going to be on the drop, but I dropped it a couple times just before I put it on the.
That's the scratches he's talking about.
Whoops, I was drunk. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I think that'll just dust off.
Oh, speaking of it, you know your sheepdog, the XL that you had modified, that's kind of just been passed around like
Oh.
Billy's bicycle. Well, I bought it last time that you had it up, and I actually give it to somebody, and he's not doing. He's he's been in hospice for about 3 years, and he loves knives, and I was like, with that hole, I was like, when he still likes to get out and do his own work outside, and he's been working on a Corvette for a long time, and I give that knife to him, and since that was probably been about a month ago, he told my wife that he's been polishing it every night since I gave it to him, because he wants it mirror polished before he's gone.
Wow.
And that found a permanent home after a year and a half, 2 years of being passed around your community for.
And that one came from BJ Hill. I sent it to him to mod out. And then, so I paid $100 for it, went brand new, 110. And I sent it to him, and it was like $160 for the mods and everything. And hell, I couldn't get hardly 75 or $85 for it or whatever it was, And so I just lost my ass on that thing. But, I thought it was cool because he cut the hole in it. Mm-hmm. And then he acid washed the blade, I think, right?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Then he had a nice mirror edge on it, though.
Yeah, nice mirror edge on it.
And then he heat anodized the stainless steel clip and stuff to where it was bronze colored. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a cool effect. I thought it was nice. That's the one with the carbon fiber?
No, they had brown micarta scale.
Micarta. Okay, that was that one. Yeah. Okay.
I guess tan would be.
I had a couple of them. I had him do a couple. Yeah.
I had him do a couple of rat ones for me when he was doing those. He did a good job. Yeah. So.
I want to get one of those rat ones in S35. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be interesting, don't you? They're out.
Yeah.
I just seen that.
What are they?
Came out. Yeah.
About $100.
Yeah, Blade HQ had them, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I'm going to have to grab one. I need to pick one up. I always liked the rat. I always thought it was cool. I don't know that it'll be the most wonderful thing with S35 on it, but it's just unique that it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having a PM2, like having a paramilitary 2. It's just like, these are wherever they are is where they are around my place. I have one about every 10 foot. It seems like this is my Maximet one with corrosion and crap on the blade. And then I've got an M390 one that's sitting over that table, whatever. But they're just, and the rat one is just kind of like that. It's just like a regular, there you go. Oh, is that the one that he modded for you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the hole in the blade, and it almost looks Spyderco-ish, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yep. But
I like that.
I hate to do it to you, Lee, but I think I'm gonna have to run here and get ready for my live stream this afternoon.
That's right. Yeah. I hope your computer goes dead and everything, and it's completely destroyed.
And Lee, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check out too, Lee. So
I think we ought to shut it down.
All right. I appreciate you having me on, Lee. This has been a lot of fun. Good to meet you guys. Frankie, Doug, it's good to meet you guys. A lot of fun.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys too.
It's pretty cool.
I'm going to try and do maybe 3 of these a month, something like that. I know you're not going to get a lot of viewers, but it's kind of fun for those people who do, just to kind of hear some chit chat about knife stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was cool.
Honestly, I just wanted to be able to point to somebody, because when you comment a lot like I do.
Now, next time we'll get Doug really drunk, and he'll really tell us what he thinks. Woo! That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm
You
at
hear
work. I
that-
couldn't partake today, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know. Me either. It was a little early in the day, but it's not now.
Yeah.
So you know what's happening when I shut. Yeah, when I shut this off, it's silver bullet time.
Exactly. I'd rather be drinking a Yingling and you a
Yeah.
Coors Light. Yeah. I like the.
Alrighty. You guys take it easy, and I'll contact you about the next podcast and see who wants to be on, who doesn't, whatever. I mean, it's okay. We'll have people coming and going.
That's cool. Works for me.
Thanks, Jody. I appreciate it. Frank,
Thank you.
Doug,
Thanks a lot, guys.
it was
Chuck.
great.
Have a good one.
All right,
Have
bye.
a good week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.